Hi, my name is Steve Snyder. I've been with the Jet Propulsion Laboratory for over 20 years, and my job at JPL is to work with electric rockets to help navigate our spacecraft to all the places that the scientists want to go and explore. I do everything from working in the laboratory, playing with rockets, to sitting in the control room as we operate a mission. So the Psyche mission is a mission to a metal asteroid. It's the biggest metal asteroid in the solar system. And scientists believe it might be the core of a planet that was forming, and its formation was interrupted by being impacted by several meteorites during the early years of the solar system. So it's a chance for us to go visit what might have been a planet that was forming. And they got beat up. So we get to directly look at the body and take pictures of it, measure the magnetic field and the surface composition. And it's a truly exciting mission. Psyche uses electric rockets, electric thrusters, in order to travel from Earth to the asteroid. And these are different than the chemical rockets that you see in the SpaceX rocket launches. The SpaceX rockets can lift this huge spacecraft off of the ground, but they can only operate for just a few minutes in order to do that. Whereas our electric thrusters, they give a very tiny thrust, only about the weight of 3/4 held in the palm of your hand, but you can turn them on and run them for years and years and years. And they're way more fuel efficient than the big chemical rockets. So we can actually do more exciting missions by using these electric rockets that use plasma to generate thrust instead of chemical reactions and fire to generate thrust. That's the plasma. This we use xenon gas as a propellant. It naturally occurs in the atmosphere. You're breathing it right now, and we when we pass electricity through the plasma, it starts to glow like that, generating that light. It's really generating that light in space, and the ions are accelerated and push the spacecraft very gently uh, on its trajectory on the way to the asteroid. So we launched about a year ago, and Psyche right now is past Mars, past the orbit of Mars. It's about 3 times away as from the Earth as the Earth is from the Sun right now, maybe two and a half. Uh, and what's going to happen is the spacecraft is going to loop back around towards Mars and pass very close to Mars to do a gravity assist. And after we do that, we're going to turn the thrusters on again and finally go all the way out to our destination, which is at a distance about 3 times as far from the sun as Earth is. And right now, it takes our signals about a half an hour to get from Earth to Psyche. So, in order to ask the spacecraft a question and get an answer back, it takes an hour for light to travel that far and come back. Oh, so yeah, so we launched a year ago and we are going to arrive at the asteroid in the year 2029. So about 5 more years from now. And once we get there, we're going to go into orbit around the asteroid. We're going to use our electric thrusters to orbit the asteroid, and the spacecraft's going to orbit for about 2 years and do all the science investigations. And then, if the spacecraft is still healthy and we have lots of xenon on board, then we might do something else. We might go into different orbits, lower orbits, and get more science, or we might even travel to a different asteroid, which a spacecraft is capable of doing. Oh my gosh, I know exactly the moment that it happened. I was in third grade science class in Illinois, and we were learning from our science teacher about the solar system. And this was at the same time that JPL's Voyager missions were starting to fly by the outer planets, and we saw our first views of Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune with the Voyager spacecraft. And back then, I knew that I was hooked, and I wanted to do space exploration as my job, and I made it. I dreamed a dream, and it happened.